Hey y'all, hey, come and see y'all the message tonight, per usual. And this is going to be a scripture that I wanted to share with y'all. It's Ephesians 29, 4:29, and it reads, "Let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good, for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearers." Y'all, the reason why I wanted to read this verse tonight is because number one and two, I feel like it is so on time for the things that I see happening on a day-to-day basis. As I told you all once before, my page is not a gossip vlog. I don't need to say that because if you look at the totality of my content, you will see that for yourself. But I wanted to do this scripture because God watches everything that we say and do. He hears, He is very well aware of what all of us are doing in the deeds and our heart posture and the fruit that we produce. And when God watches us do certain things, it displeases Him because in the Bible, if we're doing anything against what the Bible is saying we shouldn't do, or that we should, depending on which context it's in, He frowns upon that. And I think that we live in a very gossiping generation these days. And I'm going to give you guys rhetoric to gossip. Gossip looks like constantly talking about other people's affairs, other affairs in general, speaking negatively against people, slandering, making things up, or even just constantly speaking on negative rhetoric, and you're not having anything meaningful that comes out of it. It's one thing to talk about current events or things that are happening that edify God, as you heard in the scripture. Everything I say on this page, whether it has something to do with a celebrity or whether it has something to do with day-to-day life, I always tie it back to the edification of the Lord. When people gossip and that is not the case, that's not the premise, it is negative. God doesn't like that. There are so many more important things that we could be doing on a day-to-day basis that we could be doing to edify God, to talk about God, to bring other souls and vessels closer to God than to slander and gossip about other people's lives, other people's business. What I realized over the years is people that spend the most time gossiping have nothing to do or no business of their own. Other people's lives are more important or more interesting to them than their own situations, their own affairs, their own life, because there's nothing there. There's no substance. When you look at people's lives that lack substance or they really just genuinely have nothing to do, gossip supersedes everything that they do. You can be the most beautiful spirited, most great intentioned like person. But if you're gossiping, just like God says with the secular music we listen to, if there's one bit of dirt in the song, the whole song is corrupt, no matter if they're talking about God or not. So that's the same way He judges His vessels. If you spend time gossiping, but you claim to have a good heart posture and claim to serve the Lord, in His eyes, you're lukewarm. Because why are you spending so much of your time speaking against other people, slandering, being negative? Not doing anything positive from your rhetoric that you speak about others and other affairs and other matters. My loves, someone needed to be convicted of this and someone needed confirmation about this. Either you're the person doing it or you know others that do it. And now you have this Bible scripture here to give you content for what you're experiencing for those that want to gossip all the time. My mind is so full of elevating in this life, seeking God on a consistent basis, and growing my personal immediate family that other people's lives and what they have going on don't interest me at all. If it's not anything that I can take back to God and it's just hearsay or just slander or just nonsense, I turn a deaf ear to stuff like that because you are the company that you keep and you are where you place your attention to the most. I really hope this message reaches where it needs to. Talk to you guys soon.